Hello guys, welcome back to the another video in my channel Tenda Arc Studio. Today we're gonna start a new model. That model will make part of the Places by Races Elvis collection. You can find this collection here in my manufacturer.com on cults.com. You can see all my models here. Let me show my library. We're gonna start today the model of elf ranger, male elf ranger. So if you want to see all my models, you can find it in my profile in mymanufacturer.com. This is all my models here. We have two collections. One collection, the first collection, is the human classes by races humans, and we have all classes, all DD classes in human race here, and we have a half classes. The Elvis, we have six classes for now, 6 or 7, I don't remember exactly, 6 or 7. But you can find all this here, and today we're gonna start a new model. And I already have my base mesh here. I have done before. This is the elvish base face, but I can change a little. I don't change too much because that's really not important, as that's not important. Just let me open my translator here, because sometimes I don't remember how to pronounce some words. So okay, I open it here. So we're gonna make, I don't change a lot the faces because it's really not important. Unless it's not important unless this model are a specific model for a customer model. If it's a customer model, I'm gonna make the faces actually like my customer wants. So that's it. And here we have our references, and this I made these references here by EA, and this is I find it in patreon.com. I think I really want to make this pose here, or this pose, but I don't have any. I just have one model for of my all models. I have just one in this pose using the ball. Almost launching arrow. I don't have another. I just have one model in this pose here. I think I want to do this. So the hair, I want to use the roof, the hood. It's hood. This name is the thing is hood. I think I'll probably use the hood here. So the hair, it just appear on the side of the face. I don't need to make the hair around the head. So that's gonna be easy to do. I hope it's gonna be easy to do. So to start, how can I make the hood? You need to remember that all that models that I make here are for this. They're using for a 3D printer. 3D print. So thinking about that, you need to make the fabrics, the clothes are solid. It's not just not not just a thin fabric, it need to be solid. So thinking in that, we're gonna start to add UV sphere, and let's scale here in the head, and we're gonna to the sculpting mode and activate, enable the symmetry in x-axis. We're gonna use to grab the grab pencil. We need decrease the polygons, because it's more easy to bend, to move, to grab our mesh. Okay. It's a little weird for now, but do you understand everything? Remesh again. It's like a helmet. It's like a motorcycle helmet. Now it's a pen head. But don't worry, it's gonna be. This works very well. You can use the draw brush to make some dipped areas here. And a smooth brush too. Just a little. The ears are sticking out to the hood, sticking out to the hood, and I probably hide these ears. Ears. It's a very difficult word to pronounce. Ears. I'm gonna push it here. Control R. This is a very simple way to make a hood. You must to use another way to make. Of course, you must to use plain mesh to do it. But if I use the plain mesh, I will need to make some exposure. It adds exposure when the plane of. If I use the plain mesh, I must to let this mesh very close to the head, and probably I had a problem sometimes when I use it, because there are make some empty spaces between this mesh and the head, and that was very difficult to fix it after the process are done. This part here, if you will see in our reference here, this part is very pointed part, like a triangle, and I need to do the same and try to do the same, of course. Try to make it some triangle and push here. And this here. Here in the neck, the hood close here in the neck. Let me inflate here. Try to join this part. Right. And make Ctrl R to join it. And now I can come back here to push it down. We have a very weird, very strange vertices here. You need to smooth and grab. Gonna make it a little more open. For this, I'm gonna use the draw brush and press shift to make a hole. You can see the neck. We need to see the neck. We need to see the sides of the face, and we need to make it little pointed. And I'm gonna use the flattening brush, of course, to make it a little flattened. We have this part here, especially this part here, a little thin. It's a very thin. So what we're gonna do to make it right, to make it to the right way, you're gonna make a stroke here and I'm sorry, the brush, and select front face only. That's when you do this, the brush just will affect the frontal part of the mesh. Flatten and just move here. Let me push, grab it, grab. And grab here. We make a big fold here, big band or fold. I don't know exactly what the pronunciation is used for it. I think it's a fold, very pronounced fold here. Okay, maybe we can add some polygons here. That's real better. That's really better. We're still using the z-axis symmetry. Still use it. That's gonna make easier the job easier. And we just need to pretend to make a sketch of the hood. That's why Robin Hood. That's what the Robin Hood had his name, Robin Hood, because in Portuguese his name is Robin Hood, but Hood in Portuguese, it's not a word. So I think Robin Hood is your last name, but Hood is this, I think. Or I'm wrong. Probably I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Let's take this here. See, oops. Here you can put inside to hide. If you can see the ears. How can I recognize it by elf? You can see the ears. That's no problem. It's just here is very weird. Oops. I forget to change my mesh. After we finish it, of course, when we're gonna make our final details, we're gonna add more bendings and more curves, more folders to make it more realistic. I usually make the pose the first time. I don't like to make all my model and after I finish my model I pose it, because we're gonna have too much meshes in the object, and it's very, how can I say it? Let me see. It's gonna make it very laborious. It's a very beautiful word. It's very laborious to move all the objects, and I really don't like it. That's why I make my pose first. I make the pose first, and after I do this, I put the details. I add the details, and I add the clothes, the cape, and the other things after I finish. So let's see in my reference the pose. Yeah, I very like this one. I really love it. Throw the arrow in the middle of the eyes of the enemy. It's very nice. So it's not too much difficult to make it. First of all, I have my meshes here. In the mirror modifier, I'm gonna apply all of this, the legs too. I usually separate each part of the body. We can make a band, like fingers, arms, and legs, and neck and head, because it's make easier to make a pose if you have this separate meshes. So the head and the eyes here, let's separate it, turn it down. I can see the neck here, so I'm gonna take my 3D cursor and select here, exactly in the middle, or more or less, so 6, 7, I don't know how the expression is exactly it is. You put in the middle and set origin to the 3D cursor, and now you're going to the gizmo, and you take this blue line here, and I didn't select my, no, I know what's wrong. You can see when I turn it, my meshes turn in the different way. That's because we have the local orientation applied. We need to use the global orientation. Now when you turn, that all meshes turn just by the same side, same way. We're gonna change here, and the neck, just a little, bend it too. Okay, we're gonna change the position of the HUD, of course. We're gonna fix it, and now we're gonna pose the arms, and my arms the two arms are in the same mesh. So to separate this mesh, you're gonna select and come to edit mode and press in any empty area here just to unselect, and put your cursor in the mesh what you want, and press L in your keyboard, and then we're gonna press P and select selection. Now you have separate this mesh to this mesh, and you can come back to the edit mode, and you have two meshes separate, and you need to do this in by all this mesh that you have applied the mirror modifier. LP selection, select empty space, LP selection, and Alt Q. Here we have this mesh are touching in one in another here. So if you let me see that will really happen. P selection. Oh, that's not. I think it's gonna be joined here, but they don't. It don't. I press I. Okay. Here, edit mode, LP selection, Alt Q, LP selection. Now I have all meshes separate. You must pay attention in one thing. These meshes by the side, the left side here, the origin are here because the origin are here in the first of all. So you need to come back here to the object mode and set origin to the geometry. In all of your meshes, set origin to geometry, set origin to geometry. Okay, now we're gonna select these three parts of the arm and isolate it. I want to put here and set origin to the. Now the three meshes here have the same origin, and I can't bend, and I put the arm open. When you let me see, how can I say it to you? Well, when you extend your arm forward like this to take a bow, and you want to stand your arm forward, your biceps turn a little. You can see your biceps, and you're gonna hold the bow in this way, and when you push here the arrow, you can see the biceps is not up. It's not pointed up. It's point a little to the side. So you need to make to let the biceps in the same position, of course. And here, I don't know how to pronounce, how to say this part of the arm. Is forearm. I need to position the forearm to the right place, and then come here, select, and put the cursor to the. Now just Houston, we had a problem. Okay, now it's gonna work here. And the forearm have this biggest part parallel to the biceps, and you need to let exactly the same. You can bend a little to make not too much straight. Too much stretch. So you can bend a little, just a little. And the hand, we're gonna set origin to the geometry and put here in front and turn, because we're gonna hold with the thumb for up, an up position to take the ball. here in the shoulder, of course you're gonna change this shoulder. Let me disable the X symmetry. This is just the sketch of the model, so you're gonna refine. You're gonna need to refine, of course. But let me show how can I say it through expansion. Well, let me see how can I say to you to make you understand. Since the entire torso and the arms will be under the clothes, we don't need to detail the musculature because it's gonna be hiding. It's gonna be hiding under the clothes. So I don't need to make these muscles here. And we don't need to detail it because we have a clothes here, and we don't need to make any details here. This hand is pointing down, and now we're gonna make our pose. It's in the torso. Let me see in our reference. It's straight torso. Just make the head a little down to make a, how can I say in Portuguese, it's mira. Take the aim. I really never heard this word before. Aim. Okay. And let's see the arm. Let me see this arm is very bended, very bended here. You just see this part of the arm. I don't remember. I say this word in 5 minutes ago, and I don't remember how can I say it. So we need to bend it a lot. So let's take these 3 parts of the arm. Let's set our 3D cursor and let's try to bend. When we make it this position arm, our biceps are pointed in front of the torso, so we just bend here and here, because this let me remember, this forearm need to pass in front of the chest. Forearm. I will need to remember this word. I don't know exactly the name of all of the parts of the human body in English. But if you don't, I really don't want this. It's a real problem because I have a translator here, so I can't try to explain to you in any way. If you can't understand, if you don't understand something that I say, just let me know. Make a commentary, a note. Then I try to explain better, or maybe I can make an English course to improve my English, because I need to improve my English in any way. By any way. Here. Oh my God, this is too much. Let's turn. Let me see this side. This forearm, this part of the forearm here are pointed to the front of the chest, like this, and the hand are turned like this. I think the arm are very close to the face, very close to the face here. So here in our pose we don't have the same arm position. So let me up here. Yes, we can touch our fingers in our chin when we make this position. So let me take this and okay. It's like this and this. And the shoulder are open. Here we need to change. We need to fix. I need to fix this shoulder, but we can see it because the clothes are in front of it. It's gonna hide it. Yeah, let me pull the bow in. Let me save it first. Ctrl Shift S. I have Ranger folder, mail. Mail Ranger Elf. Okay. Now we can add. We just make a sketch, of course. I don't make the bow now. I'm gonna make it after. Let's just increase. In edit mode, increase some edge loops, and I have a very simple way to bend a pole like this, something like this. You just select all the faces in the edge loop, and I select here in the proportional editing and press G, and using the scroll of the mouse you can scale up or scale down our effect area, and just grab in the X axis. Oh, we have a bow. It's just a sketch. It's just a sketch because I need to see how the bow's gonna work. Here. It's a little up. And we're gonna make the arrow by the same way. Just add the mesh and the cylinder and scale down and push it up. Scale a little. That had. Let me try to explain this, but I will need to use to explain this. I will need to use my translator. Just a moment. That's awful. Don't know the English fluently, but that's the word. Well, let me try to explain to you what I want to say, what I want to explain. When we create a very thin items like an arrow, for example, or a bow, for example, we need to make them thicker because very thin items cause printing problems. So we need to add some exposure, make it more thicker. That's sometimes make a weird sensation, like you see a very you can see a very dense arrow. It's It's a very thick arrow or very dense arrow, a very arrow with a very special, too much thick. That's because we need this special for make a print, to make it print gonna work. Because when you're gonna put the supports in this arrow, you probably broke the arrow when you try to take off the supports. That's why you need to make some special for the thin, very thin items. And my first models, I make it more realistic. So when I go to print, I had these problems because this very thin items, they would print it. Of course, the 3D printing can do this, can make it that are printed, but it didn't work very well because when I tried to take it off the support, I broke this thin items very times. This is one example. Then I make this 3D print 2 times or 3 times, I don't remember. Let me try to show you. This word here, you can see it's a very large and very thicker. They had a special. It's not a realistic word. I make it in the first time in a realistic special and didn't work. It's broke very easily. So let's come back here. Okay, I think it's, maybe you can bend the head a little more. Just let's see how. That's nice. It's looking for your target, your enemy. Okay, I think that will work. So we had 37 minutes for this video, and I usually make my videos in 30 minutes, not too much more than that, because probably this video is gonna be a little bored if gonna be too long. Can smooth all this thing because we don't need this. We can see that. We can see it. Well, as I'm saying, we're gonna stop our video for now, and I will come back to continue our model to make the clothes or clothes. There's, I don't know. And the cape here, I don't know if I add an armor and a ranger, because here in this reference we had armor chest, and I don't know how it is in English, gaunted. I don't know exactly this name. I think that maybe it's gonna work, but I really think better just make a clothes like this or like this. Here we had armor. There's steel armor here. This hair is very nice. Here we don't have armor, just good. I think I'm gonna make it this way and make a damage cape, very damage cape like this. I think it's very nice. Probably use this reference to make the clothes. Yeah, so we're gonna stop for now, and I see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoy it. This is how I start my models. For now, it's a very weird, very weird model. You don't have the exact proportions on the body. We're gonna make fix, of course, but this is just a sketch of the pose. I'm gonna change the leg position, of course, to make it more realistic, but it's not too bad. It's just a little symmetric. It's a little symmetric, and when you make the things too much symmetric, it don't means too much realistic, because it's strange. It's like a toy. It's like a doll, and it's not very well. So I see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoy it. If you want to see all of my models, you can find it in myminifactory.com. Let me show you here in myminifactory.com. We had all my models. You can find and download it if you want to print for your DD tabletop game. We had too much models here, in very nice models. So just go there and see it. We have a Mimic Riot band here. The Mimic boss is a very nice miniature. There's a big miniature, and you're gonna have the barrels and the Mimic up on the barrels. It's a very nice miniature. I had this miniature printed, and I painted by myself exactly like this. It's a very nice miniature. In the next video, I'm gonna show you this miniature. This model is a very nice model. So that's okay. I see you later in the next video, and I hope you enjoy it. I see it too much times, but it's not a problem. See you later.